An economic crash doesn't look like chaos at first. It looks normal until access stops. Here's what breaks first and what you should do immediately. This isn't about the end of the world. It's about a short-term financial shock, frozen markets, delayed access, and the mass panic that follows. If you understand the order things fail, you can stay ahead of the curve while others are just beginning to react. The key is knowing the sequence, because the system doesn't break all at once. So here's the single most important rule to remember. Economic crashes don't vaporize your money overnight. That's a myth. What they do is disrupt your access to it. Then they shatter confidence, and finally they trigger irrational behavior. Access, confidence, behavior. Remember that order. The very first thing to break isn't the banks, it's information. Suddenly, your feed is flooded with conflicting headlines. Social media explodes with panic. Every self-proclaimed guru is screaming collapse, and there's no clear single message from official sources. The worst thing you can do right now is get sucked into that vortex. Doom scrolling for hours, making impulsive moves based on a rumor, or reacting to the loudest voice in the room. Your action plan is simple. Pick one single reliable source for your news. Just one. Ignore the commentary, ignore the speculation. Get the update you need, then stop scrolling. You have to remember this. Bad information will cost you more than a bad market ever will. Okay, so you've managed the information flow. The next pressure point is banking. But here's the thing, it slows before it fails. You'll see your online banking app lagging. A transfer that should be instant takes hours or even a day. ATMs in busy areas start running out of cash, but others across town are still working. The stock market might even halt trading to stop the bleeding. What you should not do is join the herd. Don't rush the banks. Don't try to panic withdraw every dollar you own, and please don't make any large emotional financial moves. The correct action? Use the cash you already have on hand for small things. Pause all non-essential spending immediately. And unless you are forced to act, do nothing for at least 24 hours. The first and best financial move is restraint. If this is calmer, more methodical than what you expected, if you're looking for a way to stay functional while others panic, subscribe. This channel is about building that resilience. After the information and the banks, the third domino is supply. This is a human problem, not a system collapse. You'll see it, sudden grocery runs, long lines for fuel, and bizarrely empty shelves for things like toilet paper or batteries. This happens because of fear buying and herd behavior. It's a logistics lag, not a fundamental shortage. So your action here is critical. Do not rush the stores. Don't join the crowd. Instead, take a calm inventory of what you already have. Check your pantry, know where your flashlights are. Make sure you have a plan for essentials, water, food, and a source of light. Crowds are always the worst place to be during a period of uncertainty. The next wave of fear is about your job and your income. Here's the reality. Widespread layoffs do not happen instantly, but the fear of them spreads like fire. This fear causes a spending freeze across the board, which then creates a real economic problem. What people do wrong is act on this fear prematurely. They quit a stable job because they're scared, or they make a drastic career change, assuming the absolute worst-case scenario. Don't do that. Your action plan is to preserve stability. Stay employed if you can, protect your existing income streams, and delay any major life or career decisions. In a shock, stability always beats speed. As the system tightens, credit becomes a trap. What happens is predictable. Lenders get nervous, credit tightens up, interest rates spike, and approvals for new loans freeze. The mistake people make is trying to get ahead of this by using credit as a safety net. They max out their credit cards just in case. They take out high-interest personal loans to have cash. They lock themselves into bad debt that will cripple them later. Your move is the opposite. Avoid all new debt. Do whatever you can to protect your credit score. Pay for absolute essentials. Remember, debt limits your options right when you need flexibility the most. Now we get to the core of it. The psychological damage. Crashes exploit human psychology. The pain of a loss feels far worse than the pleasure of a gain. Fear overrides logic, and because of this, people consistently sell at the absolute worst time, locking in their losses permanently. Your action here is purely defensive. Do not sell your long-term assets in a panic. Do not make irreversible moves based on one bad day in the market. Start measuring time in weeks, not in hours. The market has a long history of punishing panic, but it almost always rewards patience. So let's bring this all together. What do you do in the first 24 hours of a crash? Here is your priority checklist. First, stop scrolling, log off. Second, confirm your single reliable news source and check it once. Third, secure your essentials at home. Don't go out and buy them, just confirm what you have. Fourth, charge all of your devices while the power is stable. Fifth, limit all spending to zero unless it's an emergency. Sixth, stay put. Don't travel, don't rush to the bank, don't run to the store. And finally, the hardest part, wait. Give the system and yourself time to process. In the first 24 hours, doing less is often the smartest move you can make. Let's put this in perspective. Most economic crashes are survivable. They happen and then they end. What truly ruins people, what causes generational wealth to be lost, isn't the crash itself. It's the series of bad decisions they make in that first wave of fear. The panic selling, the debt, the irrational choices. That's the real disaster. If the economy crashes tomorrow, don't try to outsmart it in an hour. Your job isn't to be a market genius. Your job is to stabilize your own life, control your reactions, and let the wave of panic pass you by, because it always does.